time to be up and dressed for breakfast.
Oh, aren't mornings such a wonderful thing? Although my heart is still a reed, I'm not in the depths of despair anymore. I'm glad it's such a sunshiny morning. It's easier to bear up under afflictions when the sun is shining, isn't it?
Never mind all your talk now. Let's sit down to eat. I suppose I might as well tell you that Matthew and I have decided to keep you. That is, if you try to be a good little girl. My child, whatever is the matter?
I'm crying and trembling. I can't think why. I'm as glad as can be. I saw that cherry tree blooming outside my window this morning, but this, oh, Miss Cuthbert, is more than glad.
Well, there's no sense in getting so worked up. I'm afraid you're too emotional for a little girl. And you must not call me Miss Cuthbert. That would make me nervous. It will just be Marilla and Matthew.
Oh, Miss, I mean Marilla. I would try ever so hard to be good, angelically good.
Well, here comes your first opportunity. Our neighbor, Mrs. Rachel Lynn, is headed up the path to pay us a visit. Finish your breakfast quickly. Why, Rachel, you're early this morning.
Oh, Marilla, I'm coming down to the table with Mr. Maddox. I can just do it myself to bring up something serious. Well, life is full of something. Well, and who is this, Marilla?
This is Anne Shirley, Rachel. Mrs. Spencer sent her to us from the orphanage. And this is Mrs. Lynn.
I thought you said you were getting a boy from the orphanage. She's terribly homely and skinny, Marilla. Merciful heavens. Did anybody ever see freckles? And hair as red as carrots?
How dare you call me homely and skinny, you rude, impolite woman! How would you feel if someone called you fat and clumsy? You've hurt my feelings excruciatingly, and I shall never forgive your unkindness. Never, never!
Well, did anybody ever see such a temper? I don't envy you your job of figuring that out, Marilla.
What Anne just did was very naughty, Rachel, but I wish you hadn't called attention to her looks. I'll have to give her a good talking to.
Take my advice and do that talking to. It's a good-sized hickory switch. You'll have trouble with that child. Mark my words. Goodbye, Marilla. I'm going to have a look around in the few minutes, if you don't mind. I'm going to have a word with Matthew.
Anne, come here. Now, aren't you ashamed of the way you spoke to Mrs. Lynn? She had no right to say those things. And you had no right to fly in such a fury. You must ask her forgiveness.
Oh, I can never do that, Marilla. You can lock me in a damp, dark dungeon, and it happens by snakes and toads. But I could never ask Mrs. Lynn to forgive me.
And disrespecting a child is a terrible thing. I'm disappointed in you. You did tell me that you tried to be good, didn't you?
Now that my temper has died down, I suppose I'm truly sorry for speaking so to you.
And you will tell her so?
Yes, Marilla, I will.
Rachel, Anne has something to say to you. Will you please come back in for a minute? Anne, what are you doing?
I'm imagining out what I must say to Mrs. Lynn. Oh, Mrs. Lynn, I'm so extremely sorry. I could never express all my sorrow. No, not if I use up a whole dictionary. I have been dreadfully wicked and ungrateful. Oh, Mrs. Lynn, please forgive me. If you refuse, it will be a lifelong sorrow to me.
There, child. Get up. Of course I forgive you. I guess I was a little too harsh and outspoken.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Lynn. Your forgiveness is like a soothing ointment to my heart.
Good day, Anne. Good day, Lily. She's an odd little thing, but on the whole,